Your favorite pediatric doctor
Oh,
has
damn.
officially openly admitted to doing what we all thought possibly could or couldn't be. The speculation is done. Dr. Disrespect has admitted to texting minors on the Whisper app. This is crazy. So last time we reported the news, there was an ex-Twitch employee who had came out and said a very vague message that wasn't directly pointed at Dr. Disrespect, but a lot of people were making their assumptions. And
I'm saying, but with that message was so weird, bro. Like, how do you go put out a message like that and then start promoting your fucking band, your ass garage band type shit? Like, nigga, get the fuck. Nobody want to see your shit. It's crazy. Nigga came out with a hell of an accusation. That's a hell of a promo run right there. Let's start there. That's a hell of a promo run. Having an accusation like that just to start up your band career, that's a hell of a promo run.
Guessing and things like that. Even the doctor decided to respond to said messages or to whatever by kind of just dispelling any types of rumors. However, since then, so much has evolved. It started with him and his own media company having to separate ways because of vagueness. To be honest with you, there wasn't really any understanding of what was going on. But what I will say is,
and that studio is done with. Let's be real. That studio is done with. They not gonna survive with his face without his face.
There was heavy speculation about news being dropped today, and we finally got that. But before we get into that, I want to be known that Dr. Disrespect put out a message which had a lot of people highly concerned or just questioning everything that was said. So honestly, I want to jump into that first before anything. This reads, the Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the fucking. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about. And I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio, the one that he is, well, used to be owner of. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society, and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted. Now, again, that is all very vague, still being vague, but he's gonna get into it. But this tells us that something deeper is going on here. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned on Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control,
I want to see if this the edited version where he took out the word minor.
I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years, which we can believe had to do with the court cases. Now that two former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch whisper messages with
yeah. But he did this shit, bro. Like, that's basically what he finna say and all that. Well, that's what he reading. Cause I read it too. Yeah, he did that shit, and I do got a few problems with it, cause it makes no sense to me. First off, I'm
individual minor back in 2017. The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing.
See, right there. You can text your fans without getting inappropriate. Like, that's not that fucking hard. You can text a fan without fucking being inappropriate. You don't have to fuck your fans. You don't have to do that. You didn't have to do that.
Illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I've never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration.
So what if you didn't meet him? EDP? The fuck? EDP ain't meet the fucking what you call it? Oh wait, can I even talk about that? Yeah, I can. He ain't meet the victim till a year or two later or something like that, but he still got caught. You would have did it. It's the thing. You would have did it. You would have tried to fuck the 15-year-old. Yeah, nigga. You would have tried to fuck. Put the clip. Roll the clip. Jen Ortega.
Regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have never been brought against me. Now, what's very interesting about this paragraph is because over the past couple of hours, as this story has been developing, Dr. Disrespect has taken out and put back in the word minor, which could be a couple of different things. People who see this at different times may see the word minor or not see the word minor, but I just find it very interesting that he's still being what I would consider very sneaky at this time.
Yeah, like with that, he was trying to like soften the blow when he took out the word minor. he was trying to soften the blow. Because when you see individual, it don't hit the same when you say a minor. Because when you see individual, like, okay, he was texting somebody and all that. But when you say individual minor, oh, whoa, my boy, what you got going on? Like it hit different. It hit different.
Another thing to note where there were no real intentions behind these messages, but what we do know from the words of some of the people involved in this situation is that Dr. Disrespect planned on meeting up with this minor with no disclosed age at the time at TwitchCon. Now, what were you doing sending inappropriate messages and then also planning
That's
to meet
what
up
I'm
with
saying.
them? That sounds like a case for Chris Hansen with the
I'm saying, and no, don't get him. I was about to say get Vitality. You can get Vitality. Vitality definitely do it.
doctor if I've ever seen one. And then last but finally not least, him saying nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared, no crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. It's very interesting that he worded it this way because criminally speaking, you know, you may be able to say some things, but taking that next step of having, you know, intention of sexual act is where things become illegal. But you can say specific things that are inappropriate as he acknowledged, and it still not be illegal. Legality does not mean morality. Like morally, he knows that these things were wrong. They just weren't illegal, which again, still lets us know that you were disgusting. Now, hold on. I have to interrupt here. Now, there's a lot of things going on and a lot of speculation and conversation about the lawsuit that happened.
Hey, hold on,
I have to
nah.
interrupt. They just weren't illegal, which again, still lets us know that you were disgusting. Now, hold on.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a fire little transition right there. That's a fire
I have to
transition.
interrupt here. Now, there's a lot of things going
That's a
on
fire
and a lot of
transition.
speculation and conversation.
I seen better, but can I do it? No, I can't. So I can probably do it, but not as good as him. Like I would like. I want to try to make videos like this. But my videos ain't gonna never make no 11 minutes because like I would have to write down points or something to read off or something like that to be able to make a video like this. Cause most of my thoughts come from like when I see something. Not like me analyzing or nothing like that. Like most of my thoughts come from like, okay, how I feel about this one, how I feel about this point, how I feel about this point, how I feel about this point. Like so I can never get like a cohesion. Like I would have to make a bulletin points or something like that and then try to make a video like that. Okay, that might be
about the lawsuit that happened after Dr. Disrespect got banned from Twitch. And you see, from what we can gather, it does stem from this incident. Now, where the conversation is starting is the people think that why did we wait so long to hear about this news? Why 4 years? Well, what I believe happened is Dr. Disrespect was messaging this young lady on Twitch Whispers, which has been confirmed. That's a fact. But
Yeah.
Twitch Whispers wasn't either 100% transparent about how they were collecting data, and it might have got a little bit murky. Plus,
first off, no. With them holding that information of him texting a minor, like that goes on Twitch too. Like Twitch was supposed to file something to wipe their hands with it. So was they hiding the fact that he was doing that? Because that's a criminal offense. They could get sued and all that for that. If it's a sued, they legal actions can be had because they was hiding the fact that he was doing something illegal.
a wrongful termination might have led to some sort of lawsuit. There was a contract in place, I'm assuming. So it got really murky that it needed to be brought to court. I believe in that lawsuit, there was clear recognition that, hey, we're looking at your messages, which could potentially be wrong. And then Dr. Disrespect also being found to have been texting the minor, which is also wrong. So in that case, both parties kind of said, we'll let things be, bygones be bygones. We'll cut your contract, of course, but we won't tell. You'll have to pay out X amount of dollars, or we'll have to pay out X amount of dollars, et cetera, et cetera. We'll sign these agreements and documents that say, because this isn't a criminal case or because this is some civil lawsuit or whatever the case may be, we will not disclose the information of this. Now, is that right or is that wrong? That's up for you to determine, but that is the law. So it's not crazy to believe that they were sitting on this for this long, not because they wanted to protect Dr. Disrespect, but because legally they could not do it, or else they'd be subject to a new lawsuit. But they wanted to protect Dr. It's not crazy to believe that they were sitting on this for this long, not because they wanted to protect Dr. Disrespect, but because legally they could not do it, or else they'd be subject to a new lawsuit. But let's get back.
I'm saying they can't sit on that information. They would have had to give that information to somebody else. They would have to give that information to somebody else. Now, if they said we can't really do nothing with this, you good? Okay, that's a different story. Now they ain't got to say nothing. But if they hit the fact outright, then yeah, it's a problem.
Back into the story. He goes on to say, now from a moral standpoint, I'll take absolute responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll fucking own my shit. That was stupid. This is very interesting because we've seen Dr. Disrespect go on live stream before after being caught cheating on his wife to openly admit it and then cry and break down and stuff like that. And then for you to come on here and repeat the same actions with a minor, you say,
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't give a fuck he was cheating on his wife. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. That's him. But you texting a fucking minor is wild, bro. Pack this man up at this point, like, cause like when it's like that, when you get caught doing something like that, it's like, how many times have you done that? Like, that's when you start asking, like, how many times you did this? This probably not your first time. This probably just your first time getting caught. How many times you did this? Like, that's my thing. But what go on between two consenting adults, I don't care. You can I don't care what goes on in another man's room. You know what I mean? You can be getting pegged and getting bent over for all I care. I don't want to know that shit. That ain't none of my business. That's all on you. They ain't got nothing. Nah, but if it come out to information, it come out your room type shit. I think I got the right to make fun of you, cause that shit would be funny as fuck.
maybe I don't have intentions, but honestly, after what we've been seeing and hearing for the last couple of days, I'm gonna think that everything that you say is a lie until proven otherwise. So you repeating those same actions again gives me more reason to believe that you're bullshitting even in this statement. Now, with all that being said, don't get it fucking twisted. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I am no fucking predator or pedophile.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me fucking knows where I stand on these things with those types of people. Fuck
Apparently, you don't stand on that.
that's a different level of disgust
IG.
that I'm fucking hate even hearing about. Don't be
This-
labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the
I
fuck
think
out of
it's-
here with that shit. And we'll go on to finish that in just 2 seconds. But what I do want to say here is people are labeling you that Dr. Disrespect
'Cause
because
you
you were
is.
texting a minor. Now, does that word get thrown around casually?
Hey, Kool-Aid, I know how you can get that PS5. Go to Dr. Disrespect.
Of course. However, based off
He
of the
gotcha.
actions that you had on that Whisper app, that is probably an appropriate label for
Damn,
what
man.
you were planning to do, not what you did because
I'm
you
looking at
didn't
my
get to
phone.
do it. So you're playing the deniability game because you didn't actually get to finish the act. But if your 6'8" ass was allowed to go to TwitchCon and meet up with this young girl,
Hold on, let me look at what you done said. Hold on. Dr. cheats on his wife with a minor is crazy. Nah. Wildin'. I'm not gonna lie. Damn. That was him. Fuck me, RL. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. That's
without
wild.
being caught first, I'm pretty sure you would have done those actions or whatever the case may be. I also find it kind of interesting because
That was
he claims that he
2018
keeps his
Fortnite. No did he talk about no Diddy. But I'm not gonna lie. Damn. That's who Dr. Disrespect was cheating on. I mean texting right there. That's how he know. That's how whoever that is know.
straight up. But
That's
I
how
know
they
you
know.
have the text messages or you have screenshots of those things. Put it all out there. Let us be the judge of who you are and what you are not and what you should be labeled. Don't hide behind the veil of legality, which we know cannot tell the true story all the time because of maybe the way that the evidence was obtained or some legal thing. Don't leave it so vague. If you are really about being upfront with all of it, put the screenshots out there. And let's be
I was about to say I don't think Twitch Whispers didn't have screenshots or nothing like that. I don't think the chat's even saved. I think it was something like Snapchat, right? I think. Not too sure. I didn't use it. I'm gonna be real.
clear, I do believe that the screenshots are going to come out. I think that this is a perfect time for him to get in front of
think
that. But because
it's-
he's not getting in
nah,
front
it's
of
some
that, it's going to be
screenshots.
very troubling and even
Twitch
worse
got it,
for
though.
him when those things do come out to the light. And again, to the validity of those text messages, Bloomberg put out an article today that kind of prompted him to get ahead of this by saying these were explicit messages. Now, again, if Doc was being very transparent with us, explicit is very interpretable. He would be at the forefront saying what was said and what wasn't said. But we can also see in that Bloomberg article, because that's where we got it from, he planned on meeting with this minor after sending explicit messages at TwitchCon. If you're gonna be upfront, you need to be wholeheartedly upfront, because this right here is truly your last chance before those messages come out. Now, maybe he knows something we don't know. Maybe he knows these messages will never come out. But again,
Yeah, nah, I don't think no messages will ever come out. But I think the reason why the Twitch employee came out was probably it was an NDA. Like, let's be real, it was probably an NDA on them what you call it, and they finally came out. I mean, he can finally ran out. The NDA finally ran out, and he could talk about it without being sued or nothing like that. That's why he used it to promote his band. It's crazy.
that's very disgusting, Doc. One of the things that he said at the end of his monologue about what happened, this declaration of independence for him, I don't know why he feels like this is such a freeing experience when you're still not being transparent, is he apologizes to those that supported him. We talked about Nick Merckx when he said what he said publicly to say, hey, we got to stay in the middle. There's no evidence, blase, blase, blah, which is fair. It shouldn't be an innocent until proven guilty, but we know that we're dealing with the court of public opinion. So with these things being said, you should not defend any of these guys, even if you claim that they're your friends.
Well, with that, he didn't really defend him. He just say, "Hey, ain't no evidence. We ain't gonna say nothing right now. And when something come out, that's it." That's all he said. I don't think he really defended him or nothing like that. Did he? I somewhat remember the first video, but I can't remember every word. So he probably could have said like, "I fuck with Dr. Disrespect" or something like that. I don't remember.
And Nick Merckx wasn't the only one. Brandon Morris put out a tweet that says, I don't believe the allegations against Dr. Disrespect. No evidence he texted the minors, no criminal charges, fired Twitch employees saying this is true, and goes on to basically defend him. No victim.
I don't really consider this defending. At this point in time, it wasn't no evidence. It was no criminal charges. Like it was a fired Twitch employee that was promoting his band after this. Like, and no victims. That too. Like, he wasn't defending them. He was just being in the middle. I don't think that's defending. I think that's just being smart, being normal. Like, you ain't supposed to just come straight out and be like, "Oh, he did it," just off somebody saying something like that. He talking like he kind of looked like P. Diddy is crazy.
Of course, there's no victim. This is a child. Me personally, even if it was my friend, somebody that I knew, and it's kind of weird because these people are on different sides of the internet, but even if it was somebody I knew and these were heavy allegations being brought against them, smoke becomes fire very, very fast. So people like Brandon and Buff Gamer, who also went out there to defend them, and Nick Merckx, who also defended them, there's egg on your face whole.
No. He's saying defend. He using a strong ass word, defending, like they was really defending them. No, it was just no evidence at the time. He wanted them to come out straight away and be like, just fuck no, he did it. We done with him type shit. Like, damn. Now what if it would have went the opposite way? Like, no, they just played the middle ground. They ain't do nothing wrong. I was saying the same thing the whole time. Like, wait till the evidence.
And the writing became clearer on the wall as people started to disconnect themselves with Dr. Disrespect.
Go take that break, bro. Go reevaluate your whole life and shit. Why you unfollowed him? I don't know, chat.
And even Dr. Disrespect himself saying on stream that he was going to take a break from streaming and ride off into the sunset.
When I say step away, I think I'm...
Hold up. Let me grab the damn though.
Either have to relay this to the Midnight Society, but maybe I step away from there too. Just completely remove myself from the scene. It's what I need to do. I'm telling you, it's fatigue. It's tired. Wanting to just...
It's the allegations. It's the pedo. The pedo on his back. It's crazy.
kind of move away from the limelight.
Now, mind you, he contradicted himself in his statements by saying, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. But Doc, you need to sit down and you really need to reflect.
I feel like I've heard for so long, people say that they were worried about like potential lawsuits or whatever bullshit. This story has been known since basically Dr. Disrespect got banned.
If you guys don't know, Midnight
Oh, so all them knew, but ain't say nothing. Oh, so nigga, what the fuck?
Society,
So
who-
y'all knew this whole time.
which is the game that Doc helped build, did their own investigative research behind the scenes, found enough evidence to let him go. A settlement, no matter what it looks like publicly, it usually means someone did something.
Now, I agree with what Ninja is saying here, and I'm going to echo those sentiments. Usually in situations where there's a settlement, means that there isn't some legal reason that we may be able to pursue you, or it'll be hard to pursue, but morally, we all understand that this is wrong or unethical or whatever the case may be. And the fact of the matter is, if this got out to public opinion, this is the best way to squash it, is by saying that we settled in these situations. This is very reminiscent of the P. Diddy situation that happened earlier this year with the whole Cassie thing. You remember Cassie came out, made her claim, P. Diddy vehemently denied it, and then ultimately evidence was released to back what Cassie was saying, but people were kind of off that train because, oh, a settlement was made, the victim didn't pursue, etc., etc. Sometimes it's hard to pursue those cases. We have to understand settlement most often can mean that something happened. So even in the P. Diddy case, both of them had to step down from the companies that they own. The evidence got released and they had to issue public apologies. I mean, these are literal mirrors of what's happening. The only thing that happened differently in the P. Diddy case is the actual video came out. But I have no doubt in my mind that those messages will come out with what happened with Dr. Disrespect
Eventually.
and that minor specifically. And just like in the P. Diddy
Eventually.
case, we are seeing people cut ties with Dr. Disrespect before it gets even more nasty, and I expect more to come from this. Robert Bowling, a former business partner of his, is saying that he's dealing with situations I don't even want to participate.
This statement from me personally, it does not reflect any of my companies that has not gone through any legal or PR approvals. If you inappropriate, we just go skip this one. Message a minor. I cannot work with you, period. I promise to only act on facts, and I
Anything
did.
that has to do with him. Turtle Beach is seemingly cutting ties with Dr. Disrespect, his own company as well. We'll see how YouTube, we'll see how the NFL, we'll see how some of these other partners of this 6'8" freakazoid deal with him as the days come. But ultimately, this is something that he deserves. There's no place or space in this world for people to be texting minors as a grown-ass man. And so
I'm
Dr.
saying, bruh, he was like 38, 37. He 42 now. That was like 2020, so 4 years ago. Wait, right? Yeah, 4 years ago. He 42. I looked it up, and that was in 2020. So yeah, 4 years ago. Yeah.
Disrespect, if you have the chance to hear this,
So
I'm
nothing
telling
changed.
you right
He
now,
was
go
doing,
ahead
He would still do the same thing again.
and release the messages as to what's been said so that people can get a better understanding before somebody else tells your story for you. Now, I don't think it'll make you any better in the light, but I think the continued lying, what I believe to be lying, will only make you look worse. It'll only make the doctor look like a fraudster in the end.
Crazy.